Dirty Work Wednesday's on the air at 473-1045. Hi, who's this?
Hey, this is Drew.
Hey, Drew, what can we do for you on this Dirty Work Wednesday?
Okay, so a few weekends ago, I met this girl named Abby, and we actually had a one-night thing, but it was like the most amazing night I've had in a long time.
Okay, so when you say you had a one-night thing, does that imply that this went, all the way?
Several times, yes.
Oh, okay. We didn't even know that part. All right. Anyways, so Abby, you said you had a hookup then.
Yeah, and the crazy part was she was the one who was pretty much hitting on me. She was the one who approached me. She was the one who asked me to come back to her place, and then I said it was a great night.
See that? I have never had that happen. Like I've never had a woman just take charge like that. Like I remember reading an article years ago about Rio de Janeiro, and they said it's like that in Rio. I guess the women outnumber the men. So when you go to the bars, it's the women who are the aggressors. So, all right. Anyway, so after all this is over, what happens?
So it's weird because we're sort of doing everything in backwards order now. It's like we already slept together, and now we're doing the whole getting to know you thing. So we've been texting a lot, and we met for coffee and talked and stuff. But all right, so here's the weird part. She'll text me and be like, let's hang out this weekend. And then when the weekend comes, I'll ask what's up, and she bails. Or I won't hear from her all day, and then she'll say, hey, sorry, I got stuck at work.
Okay. But can I tell you what most of our audience is probably already assuming here?
What?
She's married. Did you happen to notice how old she was? Like if you had to guess.
I mean, she's definitely younger than 30. Okay. Probably 25. I mean, she still lives alone in an apartment, too, so I doubt she's married.
Oh, yeah, you did say she has her own place, right?
Definitely. And here's the other weird part, right? So get this. She works as a bartender at Applebee's, right? So one night I text her last Saturday, and I'm like, want to get a drink tonight? And she writes, I'm working tonight. So I think to myself, I'll surprise her and show up at her bar, and I'll just hang out. So I go up there, and I ask where Abby is. The bartender that was working goes, we don't have an Abby that works here. So I text her again, and I'm like, hey, I'm at your work, and I never heard of you before. And she goes, oh, I'm filling out at a different Applebee's tonight. So then I ask her which one, and she goes, do me a favor, don't come up here. My boss will get really mad.
Okay. I mean, I guess it makes sense, sort of.
Hold on. You said when you went to her Applebee's, they told you they didn't have an Abby that worked there?
Yeah, and they were like, there's no Abby that works here.
But didn't she say she was just filling in at a different one for one night?
That's what she said, yeah.
Yeah, see, then the Applebee's you went to should have known who she was. They should have been like, oh, Abby? Oh, yeah, well, we needed her, in Hampton tonight or something like that. So, yeah, she's lying to you about something.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
So we're pretty sure she's not married.
No, she's not married.
Okay, but never available on the weekends, right?
Well, not never available. I mean, the night I met her was Saturday.
Okay, so since then, though, rarely available on weekends.
Yes.
And is most likely lying about her whereabouts and or job.
I guess.
Okay.
What if the whole thing is just like, hey, it was just a one-night stand for me, and I really don't want to see him again, but I'm just trying to be nice about it?
See, that's what I thought, but then she met me for coffee, and I even said to her, if you don't want to hang out anymore, it's cool. And then she dissed me.
Okay. Well, that's not a blow-off then. So that leaves either maybe she does weekend jail, which we've had before on the show, or maybe she's not a bartender. Maybe she's like a stripper or something. Maybe she doesn't work at Applebee's. Maybe she works at like Hoochie Mama's Gentleman's Club or something.
One of my friends said the same thing. He thinks she's a stripper or something.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the goal here? To find out what she does for a living or to find out why she's been so dodgy with the hangouts?
Like, honestly, I feel like if we answer one question, we probably get the answer to both.
I mean, that's fine with me. I just want to know if she's been lying to me.
Okay. All right. Let me think here. You said she has her own apartment.
Yeah.
Do you know the name of her apartment complex? Like, is it like, Bayview Gardens or something like that?
Actually, it's the Cosmopolitan.
The one at Town Center down in Virginia Beach?
Yep.
Okay. Well, okay, listen. There's no way she's affording living there, working at Applebee's. I'm sorry. All right, well, listen, I have an idea here. Can you give us her number when we go to break, and then we'll call her?
Sure. No problem.
Okay, great. So let's hit a break. Everybody listening, by the way, if you want, go ahead now. Put in those guesses on the text line as to what you think's going on here, because we're going to call her when we come back next.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Abigail, please?
This is Abby.
Hi, Abby. This is Detective Andy Sipowicz. I'm calling from the 2nd Precinct. I'm trying to get statements from everybody about the whole fire alarm incident at the Cosmopolitan on Saturday night. Were you by any chance home on Saturday night when the fire alarms were pulled?
This past Saturday?
Yes, ma'am.
No, actually, I wasn't even home. I had no idea that happened.
Yeah, a couple of alarms got pulled, and we're just asking residents if they happen to see anybody in the building who didn't live there. Sometimes people who don't live in the building will pull the alarms, causing everyone to evacuate downstairs, and then when the doors are left open, they go in there and take stuff.
Oh, man, you're kidding. Well, no, I'm really sorry, but I was not home Saturday night. I was actually working, so.
I see. Okay. So I just put it in my report just so we have it down. Where do you work at?
I actually work for a private employer.
A private employer. Okay. All right. So not Wendy's or Walmart or anything?
No, it's a private person.
Okay. And then what do you do for work?
I'm a personal assistant.
Okay. And what is your private employer's name?
Well, like I said, it's private, but if you want, you can leave me your number and I can have him get a hold of you.
No, that's all right. What time would you say you got home then on Saturday evening?
Well, like I said, I wasn't home at all that night.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you were working overnight?
I was actually out of town, so yeah, I was gone.
I gotcha. Okay. Actually, I think that's all we need. If I have any other questions, I'll give you a call, okay?
All right, thanks.
Okay, bye. Okay. So, what exactly does that mean? I work for a private employer. Anybody want to take a crack at that one?
Oh, I bet she's working for him, all right.
I mean, if she's a personal assistant, I guess if her boss leaves town, she does too.
I mean, Drew, what are you thinking?
I mean, obviously she lied about working at Applebee's then.
Why don't we see if anybody listening who heard this has a theory here? Maybe there's somebody out there who's heard this and is like, oh, it's pretty obvious what's going on. Call us at 473-1045 if you have a theory here on this.